Well, we're about what, 45, 46 hours away from the big day Wednesday, the big test day. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch my video from this morning of my thoughts about it and what's going to happen, and please comment on it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's talk about something, being able to fix stuff. SHTF scenario, grid down scenario. You're broke, ain't got no money, you can't hire somebody to fix stuff. I've been fortunate enough that I've always been able to look at something and figure out, one, is it fixable, and figure out how to fix it, what I need to fix it. Some people are born naturally athletic. Some people are born gifted where they can play musical instruments. You hand it to them, they can pick it up and start playing it pretty quickly. Some of y'all may be that type. When it comes to fixing stuff, sometimes though, when you're the Mr. Fix-It guy, sometimes you're like, I just want to hire this out and let somebody else do it. You know what I'm talking about, right? But we usually go ahead and do it ourselves, the people that can fix it. Those are skills you're going to need in a SHTF scenario. Once again, it doesn't mean worldwide SHTF. It can mean something, you lost your job, you have no income coming in, you're not able to work, and you got stuff breaking around the house and you need to fix it. Those are skills you need to learn now. What brought this video up, when we got home Friday night from the surgery and everything, our dryer was running and she cut it off and come to bed. Well, the next day I opened the door on the dryer and the clothes were a little damp, and I thought, well, she cut it off early. So I turned it on and went on about my business, and she come in, she said, oh, you fixed the dryer. I said, what? No, I didn't know the dryer was fixed. She said, the clothes weren't dry. I said, okay, well, let me see what's going on. Well, of course it broke the belt. A lot of dryers break belts. So I ordered the belt Saturday, and believe it or not, I ordered it off of eBay, and it got here today in the mail. I ordered it Saturday morning, it shipped that day, and got here Monday. That's pretty quick shipping. I quit buying stuff off of Amazon simply because it would take 2-3 weeks to get my stuff, so I got rid of Amazon, right? Now, when I was fixing it, her son said, you should be recording this, because some people may not know how to fix a dryer belt. I was just trying to get it done so we, be done with the dryer. But it got me thinking, what does people do in a situation like that don't have the capability to fix it, right? They don't know how to fix it. You'll be surprised how many people are scared to actually tear something apart and try to fix it. They look at it like carburetors on cars or something. They're like, one of my sons, he bought a motorcycle and he wanted to clean the carbs and rebuild them, and I showed him how to do it. It took about 30 minutes. It was a twin carb, and now he knows how to do it, right? Those are skills you need to be learning now. You're not, some people say, well, I'll just trade something for somebody to come by and fix my roof if it gets a hole in it, or if I've got something that's not working right, I'll just trade something. You need them skills. I understand some people, older, you can't get around much. A lot of you that's new to the channel don't know that I chopped these 2 fingers right here off about 2 years ago, and when I make a fist, that's about as much as I can do right there with my fist. So it does get aggravating trying to hold stuff, and of course y'all know I've got back problems and all that stuff. But to get back on point here, being able to fix stuff, what is your plans if you're out of work, you have no money to pay somebody to fix stuff? Are you just going to leave it broke, or are you going to try to fix it? There's ways to learn stuff now. YouTube, you can watch a video on just about anything. Y'all know that. But one thing I will tell you, no matter how many books you read, how many videos you watch, until you use your hands, the things aren't going to go exactly like they do in the video or in the book. You're going to have issues. You might have a screw that won't come out. You have a bolt that breaks off. Something usually always happens, turns a 15-20 minute job into an all-day job. And that scares people. But most stuff around your house, you should be able to fix it. I mean, do you have like wood glue for stuff? Do you have screwdrivers? Do you have sockets, wrenches, pliers, all that kind of stuff? Most people have a little toolbox or a junk drawer, as everybody calls it, that has a few tools in it. Get your homeowner's tools that you need, and get you some tools for your car. Everybody should be able to change their own oil if you're physically capable. You should be able to change your own oil. You should be able to, rotate your own tires, change your spark plugs, that kind of stuff. You should be able to do it. Now, if y'all would be interested in those kind of videos, comment, and we'll start posting some of those videos. Some people tell me that, you know, I think everybody should know what they're doing, like when they help me. And I don't know how I'm able to do the stuff I do. I had a boss one time. We was working on his tractor, and he asked me, he said, "How do you know how to do this stuff?" And I told him, I said, "Well, I grew up where you didn't throw it away. You fixed it, right? You had to fix it, and then if it wasn't fixable, then you might have to get a new one, right? Or whatever it is." Like I said, my grandpa grew up Depression time. He grew up farming. He went to the military. He come out. You know, he sawmilled his whole life or drove a truck and things like that. And he was always working on his stuff. Like me, when I go buy something, I prefer like tillers or something like a vehicle. I prefer to buy it used. I prefer it to be a 1960 model vehicle simply because they're easy to work on. You only need a few wrenches and things like that, and you're set to go on them. You know, I can plumb, I can wire, I can do carpentry, I can work on cars, I can work on small engines. And I don't know how I learned it. It's not something that I've ever done for a living per se, but I've always been able to look at something and be like, all right, I can fix that. Now these newer cars, I worked on them for a while, you know, and I'm like, I'm not dealing with these no more. They're computer. You don't know if it's a $25 sensor or something major a lot of times. And I don't fool with the newer stuff, you know. Like the vehicle my girlfriend bought, I told her, I said, I'm not working on it. If something happens, you know, you're going to take care of it because I'm not working on it. Number one, you got to have a bunch of specialty tools on these newer things, and most people know what I'm talking about. You got to have computers and stuff like that. I'm not into that. I like old school working on stuff, fixing it, right? But I'm sure some of y'all's had a dryer belt break, and I would like to know, what did it cost you if you paid somebody to come fix it? I can tell you exactly what I paid for the belt on eBay. It was $6 tax and all, you know, free shipping. And it got here, I don't know if they ship on Sunday, but it got here today, right? It got here quick. I ordered it Saturday and it got here today. Took about 30 minutes, put it on. It took me about 30 minutes because getting up and down, a little slow on it, and trying to hold stuff. You understand what I'm talking about. But those type of skills right now to me is important for people to learn. It may not be important to you. You may not care about it. You know, you may not want nothing to do with it. If it breaks, you're going to pay somebody to fix it, or you're going to find somebody to fix it. But what are you going to do if you don't have the financial means to pay somebody? Are you going to try to fix it? You know, I don't know. I know people my generation and older, we try to fix stuff. My sons, they're in their 20s. They work on their own stuff. Of course, if it gets too hectic, you know, but they own all the newer stuff, right? Where it's got computers and stuff on it. And they can sit there and pull and fix stuff and all that on a computer on a car, you know, never even turn a wrench. And that amazes me, but I'm sitting there thinking these vehicles are too smart. We don't need that crap. You know, throw a carburetor on it, simple, go, right? Or diesel, whatever, right? If we make it another 20 years, think about what vehicles will be in 20 years. Seriously, think about it. They'll probably be all electric, and us people driving the old gas guzzlers. You know, we'll have to pay some kind of special tax when we get our tag, you know, for pollution or luxury tax or something. Well, they'll tax us somehow for not being electric, right? But let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think you should be able to fix the stuff around your house? Do you think you should be able to build stuff? Or are you going to just hire somebody to do it or trade or whatever to help you out do stuff? Right now is the time to learn. Read books on it. Watch videos on it. Talk to people. If you have somebody in your family that does that type of work, get them to come over and show you how to do it. But until you get your hands on it and do it yourself, you're not going to learn. I mean, I'm telling you, you could, something that takes you 10 minutes, right? When you go to fix it, something's going to happen. It's going to turn into an all-day event. You're going to break a bolt. Something's going to snap. You're going to be fixing one thing and break something else. Don't be afraid of it. Just get in there and work, you know. If you're able to do it and you want to learn, you know, there's ways out there to learn. I understand some people are not physically capable of doing that stuff, but everybody should be able to learn it, you know. I don't know. You let me know what you think on this. Keep your head on a swivel. Be aware of your surroundings at all times. Protect yourself and your family at all times. At that moment, you're the only person that can do it. Stay safe and keep prepping and learn some skills. Simple skills like, you know, building a chicken coop, building your porch, simple stuff. Let me know your thoughts on it. Stay safe, keep prepping.